Hey guys, it's Emma Vigling with TYT Politics. Hope everyone's having a good day. So yesterday, Senator Bernie Sanders went on Anderson Cooper's program on CNN, and Anderson Cooper asked him whether or not he thought the Democratic primary was rigged in favor of Hillary Clinton and against him. Bernie said this.
Look, Donna Brazile showed an enormous amount of courage in describing the truth as she saw it when she came into the leadership of the DNC. I don't think there's any sane human being who doesn't believe that my campaign was taking on the entire establishment, including the DNC. But Anderson, to be very honest with you, my job, our job, is to go forward, is to do everything we can to defeat this right-wing agenda of the Republican Party and the Trump administration, not to look backwards.
So Bernie very clearly dodged the question right there. And I think he's made it clear that he too wants to unify. He's gone around the country with Tom Perez, done DNC rallies, even though Hillary Clinton people claim he's not a Democrat. And he just wants to focus on 2018 and 2020 and the issues at hand, getting progressive issues and progressive ideas through. That's always what Bernie's been about. He's never been about himself, and he's not going to focus on him being wronged. Now, that's a double-edged sword because he should have fought back more against Hillary Clinton during the primary, but it's always been about the issues for him. Now, the dodge that Donna Brazile is about to do on MSNBC is not too dissimilar from what Bernie Sanders did, and this is what makes me think that there is some sort of messaging campaign going on. So just a few days ago, Donna Brazile went on Morning Joe, and she backtracked from her claims that she clearly laid out in her Politico piece, which is an excerpt from her book. And Willie Geist had great follow-ups when she was dodging the question.
With the Politico piece that exploded online and got picked up all across the country, in it you wrote in part, I had promised Bernie when I took the helm of the Democratic National Committee after the convention, I'd get to the bottom of whether Hillary Clinton's team had rigged the nomination process, as a cache of emails stolen by Russian hackers and posted online had suggested. I needed to have solid proof. By September 7th, I had found my proof, and it broke my heart. That's our emphasis, by the way, on the graphic with the bold. You've said since that you never said that the process was rigged. But if you read that, the premise is that you went out to look and see if it was rigged. Yeah. And then later in that paragraph, you say, I found my proof. Did you not find your proof that the process was rigged?
What I found and what I said in the book, and I stand by what I wrote in the book, I found out because, look, it started with August 19th. That was the night that Donald Trump said, what the hell do you all have to lose? Right. I was so angry. First of all, he was coming at the black vote. He was coming at the Democratic Party. And I wanted to fight back. And all I could do was write a column. I said, what the hell? I need to do more than write a column. And so I said, I need to spend some money. Donald Trump is trying to reach those voters that we need to win on Election Day. And when I was told that there was no money, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the chair, I'm raising money. And that's when I found this joint fundraising agreement. But I went back and I said, Bernie, I found what you wanted me to find. But it's a cancer. The process was not rigged. I had to make it clear to him. I found the cancer. So you know what Bernie did after we talked about it? Bernie said, Madam Chair, what do you think about the polls? I said, honey, you know I don't trust no polls. And I said, I'm afraid that there's no enthusiasm.
So Donna, in the Politico piece, do you regret using the word rigged then? It's a very loaded term. And it suggests that the process was weighted toward one candidate or the other.
If you read the excerpt without the context, I learned the hard way. Because, you know, I had to go out there on Twitter and I had to put, I did not say the process was rigged. I said I went to find out.
But then you said you came back and called Bernie after you found your proof.
Cancer, that there was cancer.
But you said proof of it being rigged in the piece, no?
I said no. Willie, I got to show you. You know, I got a little St. Anthony here, honey. And I said I would get to the bottom of whether or not Hillary's team had rigged the party process in her favor. And then I went back and I said by September 7th, I found, the day I was making this call to Bernie, I had found my proof, and what I had found broke my heart. I thought the party I had given so much of my life to was better than this.
So what did you find your proof of?
The cancer was that the DNC had signed the staff of the DNC. not an officer. Debbie was the staff, had signed a memorandum with the staff of the Clinton campaign to take over certain departments in exchange for bailing us out.
So to me, what this clearly says is that there is a messaging campaign in the Democratic Party. We cannot focus on the 2016 primary. We have to move on. Saying it's rigged is too loaded of a word, and we have to move on from it. And this message has been received and relayed by even Bernie Sanders. Donna Brazile, I think, did a terrible job there of trying to backtrack from her very clear statements from before. Hillary Clinton went on Seth Meyers last night and said that she didn't know what Donna Brazile was talking about.
Donna Brazile wrote a book. I know she's a longtime colleague of yours. And she sort of, in her book, made this comment that your campaign, through an agreement, had too much influence to maybe at the detriment of the Sanders campaign. She sort of walked back those comments now.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to that?
I didn't know what she was referring to because, as has now come out, that just wasn't the case. But the current DNC leadership really invested heavily in Virginia and New Jersey and other places. And I called the current chairman, Tom Perez, to congratulate him because he didn't get knocked off course. He didn't get overwhelmed by other narratives and stories coming at him. He said, okay, our job is to knock on doors, make phone calls, and turn out voters. And you know what? They did.
So clearly there is pressure from the Hillary Clinton wing and from the Democratic Party unifiers, the establishment folks, to not focus on the 2016 primary. And Bernie either agrees with this message or has agreed to go along with the message. The one person who didn't get the message is Elizabeth Warren. She was asked about if she thought the primary was rigged on the same day, I believe, that Donna Brazile's piece was released, and she didn't say exactly what Donna and Bernie just said.
Very quickly, Senator, do you agree with the notion that it was rigged?
Yes. Part of this analysis is to say that even progressives and people I admire at least, like Bernie Sanders, are not above messaging. It is so clear that there's a concerted effort on the part of the Democratic Party and Bernie Sanders to not relitigate the 2016 primary. Who is that pressure coming from? Probably from the Clinton people. Hillary Clinton made it clear that she had no idea what Donna Brazile was talking about last night, and this makes her and her camp and the Democratic establishment look bad. It doesn't make Bernie Sanders look bad, but he's focused on moving the progressive movement forward, and he thinks that this is the right way to go. I happen to disagree. If you want to unify, you have to address the structural problems that made the party not unified in the first place. And part of this is the fault of the media. They focus on words, the word rigged. Did you say it was rigged? Did you not say it was rigged? Who said it was rigged? Rigged. Like, without any focus or enough focus on the substance of why people are saying it's rigged. It's the same thing that they did with President Obama. And Trump, contributed to this well. Why won't you say radical Islamic terrorism? Well, Trump has a point. Why doesn't he say radical Islamic terrorism? Radical Islamic terrorism, like what do these words mean? Focus on the substance. Who cares what someone says? The substance of what Donna Brazile had to say was that Hillary Clinton's campaign signed a joint fundraising agreement with the Democratic Party. That fundraising agreement said that Clinton's campaign would have control over finances, staffing, and almost virtually everything else in the Democratic primary. And this was signed in 2015, August, way before the primary was done. Do you think they were going to wait the primary in the favor of the other candidate when Hillary Clinton was bankrolling their entire party? That is the substance that needs to be focused on. These are the undeniable facts. It doesn't matter if you say the word rigged, the magic word rigged. We have the facts. We know that the Hillary Clinton campaign controlled the DNC. And Donna Brazile, it doesn't matter if you go on MSNBC and try to backtrack because your friends in the Hillary Clinton campaign said that was too loaded of a word. Bernie Sanders, it doesn't matter if you try to deflect and focus on the issues. We know what happened, and we're not going to achieve true unity by not talking honestly about what happened in the 2016 election. Now, I want progressive candidates to move to be elected. I think we can do both things at the same time. Focus on the structural problems that led to this horrific outcome, and also move forward. I just don't think you can move forward without addressing the past.